Hello and welcome to my channel about Unity development. In the last video, I talked about memory management when using Unity addressable system. I show you different ways to instantiate game object and how each of them affect on the memory. And today, we're going to talk about groups, profiles, and label from the Unity addressable system. To get started with Unity addressable groups and profile, let's open up the addressable group window. Go to Window, Asset Management, Addressable, and Groups. You will see a window like this, which I dock at the bottom of my editor. When thinking of addressable group, I would imagine it like an extension of a software. In game development, I would call it a DLC, which means I would think of each group as a DLC of a game. To create a new group, simply go to Create, Group, and pack the assets. Then I will rename it as DLC1. After this, I will also create another group, and I'm going to name it as DLC2. Notice that when I create a new group, Unity will create a new asset in the Assets folder. You can associate the file name with the group in the Addressable Groups window. And remember, to remove groups, don't delete the asset from the folder directly. You will have to highlight the groups that you want to remove, and then right-click, Remove Groups. You can adjust the settings in each group. Click on the group that you want to edit the settings, and you can see it from the Inspector window. Let's hide the advanced option for now. We will look into it later. The part that you will need to pay more attention on the group setting is the build path and the load path. You can change the location of where you want to build and load the asset bundle, and maybe load another one from a remote location. So you have one group to load asset locally, and maybe load another one from a remote location. You can easily change these settings by using the drop-down menu. Now, let's look at the advanced option. Expand this by clicking this arrow, and we can see the first one is compression format. You can change it to a different one if you want. The next one is include in build checkbox. When this is checked, Unity will include this group when you build the assets bundle in the menu. And when it is unchecked, Unity will not include this group when building the assets bundle. Easy as that. The next one that is useful is use asset bundle cache. This one is for when you host your content remotely, and when Unity first downloads the group content, the asset will be stored locally. And next time when you want to use the same group content again, Unity will check if the group content has stored locally first. If yes, it will load from a local storage. If not, Unity will download it again. I think those are the important settings for addressable groups. And let's talk about profiles in addressable system. To me, changing profile is like changing all the content to a different environment. For example, you can have a profile that all the local path and remote path pointing at the same location, like your local drive. So you can simulate the whole addressable without having to connecting to a remote location. Or you can set up an internal testing environment where all the content are hosted and loaded from an internal server. So you let your tester to test the game without messing around with what you already have in the real world. To get started with the profile in Addressable, go to Tools and then Profile. This will bring up the profile window. As you can see, there are text fields in each column like local build path and load path, etc. And you can edit each one to suit your need. Like I mentioned before, you can create a profile called Internal Testing, where I can change the text field to my internal server path for tester to test the game. To create a new profile, go to Create, Profile, and then you can edit the name like this. That is everything that I want to talk about groups and profiles. And now I'm moving on to label in addressable system. Label in addressable is another useful feature. You can assign label on an asset, and you can potentially park and load asset by label. Here in the asset, there is a column for me to assign label. but I can also go into manage label in here. I already have 2 labels in here, but I can add one more label like this, just like when I want to add new tag or new layer in Unity. You can assign more than one label on an asset. Simply open up the drop down menu and select the labels that you want, like this. So I'm going to show you on how to load asset by using label. Here I have added a few more assets in our default local group. I have created 2 more game objects, one with a corn sprite, one with a ball sprite. I have also added a new sprite. You can see the type using this column here. And last, I have assigned the character label on the bird character, the game object with the ball sprite, and the sprite. We can rename the asset, and I consider this as giving a unique key to the asset. I'm going to name it as coin, bird, ball, and magnet. Let's dive into Visual Studio. I have commented out everything that we wrote last time, so you can consider this as an empty script if you like, or you can create a new script for this. And in the start function, I'm going to put addressable dot low resource location async, and we're going to put down the character label. After this, I will put down dot complete and let Visual Studio to implement the function for me. I'm going to rename the function as low resource async. Then I will move those namespaces to the top just to clean up a bit. I will then remove this line. What this API does is load all the assets that has this character label assigned in the groups window, so I can use for each loop to loop through each asset that has this label. So I will do for each variable resource in object.result. Inside the loop, I'm going to use debug.log to print out all the names that I put on the group window, and they are called primary key. And let's go back to Unity editor and play to see these keys of the asset. Here you can see Unity has printed out all the names from the asset that have character assigned to it. Let's go back to the script and print out more useful things using the API. I'm going to print out the type of asset, so I put debug.log resource.resource type, which I'm expecting Unity will print out all the types that we have assigned character on it. Looking at the console, we can see we have 2 game objects, which is correct, and even we only drag a sprite into the group, the API will actually return both text2D and a sprite object. I'm going to expand this script even further. I will instantiate all the game objects in this group. I first check if the asset is a game object. If it is, I can instantiate it like this. So in the editor, we managed to instantiate 2 game objects, which is exactly what I wanted. Next, I'm going to show you another way to instantiate a game object when using this API. Going back to the script, after the label character, I'm going to put type of game object. This will apply a filter which only loads in all the game object. Now, we don't have to check the type of the resource. We can go straight in and instantiate it. And here's the result. Now you know how to manage group, profile, and use label to load different assets. I hope you can find this useful. If you like my video, don't forget to subscribe my channel and hit a like on my video. See you later. Goodbye.